it's really nice. Yeah, you can get the title.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll put it all in the description.
Cool. So
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what are the mistakes that people are falling into nowadays because they don't learn the history of Egypt using their language. They use other language and then they
you know what?
translate.
I mean, I used to read the Bible, in fact, most of the holy books, and Egypt have a bad rap.
Yeah.
You know, they're painted kind of evil or like
Savages.
Savages.
Yeah.
But I think it's a shame because Egypt's history is so rich. It's part of the top 5 most ancient thing, like with Mesopotamia, Babylon, and all that. It's part of that history, and it's kind of forgotten and sad, you know.
We have to mention something that people back in the time, they weren't that intelligent. They weren't. They didn't have
very literal. Yeah.
That's right. They didn't have conscience to tell them this is right and this is wrong. You shouldn't be following this road.
Yes.
So this is how it went back in the time. People used to enslave others. Used to enslave other people and use them in order to build great monuments. So this is how it used to be. So we shouldn't blame it only on Egyptian. All the other great civilizations,
the Aztecs,
all of them is not the same.
Yes.
So it goes back. The reason behind this is the lack of conscience, not because they are Egyptians. However, this part, this certain tribe, the Jewish people, I mean, they were part of Egypt. They were under the colonization of Egypt. So it wasn't made by force. They didn't force them to build the pyramids. Actually, the pyramids weren't built by Jews, and they have discovered all the tombs of the Egyptian people who really built it.
Okay.
And I always
There's a lot of myths there, a lot of myths.
Because Jewish people, they claim that nowadays they claim that they were the ones who built the pyramids.
Really?
Yeah. So
I don't think you better check your facts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better check it.
So yesterday you gave me a little gift. Can you show
That's
us?
right. Sure. These guys, it's called scarab. It's a kind of beetles, and its color is black, sometimes dark brown.
Have you seen them? I actually bought this one in Seattle in an Egyptian store together with an ankh.
That's right.
Which is the endless cross. So, but this is the scarab is one of the most iconic of the. Has it got some meaning to it?
Yeah, it has because the scarab. All right, let's say that.
Yes. Well, I'll look at some references while you talk.
Okay, there is a god. He's named Khebri or Khebri.
Okay.
He was responsible for creating the sun every day.
Okay.
Like
the legend says.
That's right. After the sunset, he creates the sun beyond the horizon.
Okay.
In order to make it ready for the next morning.
Yes.
So the scarab represents the Khebri because Khebri made himself out of nothing.
Oh, okay.
Back in the time, they believed that scarab has only one gender, just the male.
Yes, it says here, thought to be all males.
That's right.
And the scarab also represented virility and the generative power of life.
That's
in
right.
Africa and in the Congo is a lunar, that means a moon symbol of eternal renewal.
That's
so
right.
It's all about resurrection, immortality, divine wisdom.
You know, I just noticed right now that also the African people, they believed it's only male. You know, because of when you try to, the anatomy science wasn't that developed back in the time. And the differences between the male and the female, it's a slight difference, so you cannot get it by your own eyes. That's why they have mistaken that they are only males.
So, but you know, we're talking about ancient times.
That's right.
They're not sophisticated as us. But some say, hey, look, the Egyptians did incredible things, a Stonehenge. I mean, how could it build those things? I mean, even that is a mystery.
It is.
The Easter Islands. How does the ancients do that?
the vision is still
It's-
obscure. And
yes,
a lot of elements are missed.
missing. Yes. So yeah, and then
Let's get back to the scarab.
yeah, let's talk about scarab.
So the scarab is representing the god Kepri. I'm sorry, Kepri.
Okay.
And the scarab, they have a habit. They used to formulate a ball of sand.
Yeah, you've seen them in the
Exactly.
in National Geographic.
That's right.
They're doing the hind legs.
That's right.
It's very
I
unique.
tried to
And
bring
with
it
the
down
ball
from up here.
Yeah, it's a dung, right? Dung.
Dung,
It's
right.
a dung beetle, by the way.
That's right. And they so this ball of sand, it used to represent the sun that Kepri, the scarab, is making beyond the horizon.
So for the layman is saying, oh, this must be symbolic of, because it looks like a sun, and that's
That's right.
how they interpret nature. I mean, it's very much also is in every culture, ancient culture, like even the Native American, they will talk in, you know, like the grandfather from the north, and he sees the eagle, and
Right.
and he talks about this mythological story,
Mhm.
and that grandmother from the moose will talk to each other, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
called Wolf, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's all there. It's this
That's right.
humans have this incredible capacity to do storytelling.
That's
All
right.
these are stories that been passed on.
Yeah, right.
True or not true, sensational, but take it as is.
Mhm. That's right. Just a lot of years passed.
Yes.
That's why we are terribly confused.
Yes. We had a talk earlier last night, and you said that we know that the Egyptian archaeology is fantastic. There's King Tutankhamun and all this. I mean, these are all only discovered within the last 1.5 centuries. And but you said there's some corruption going on.
A lot. Like most of the people, like the previous minister of antiquity, he used to steal a lot of monuments and smuggle it outside.
Really?
Yeah. And
Oh my God.
he sells it for like a cheap price.
Because everybody wants an Egyptian thing, and they cannot get hands of it. So this how it get, and this is quite
so
sad.
they work around. This is
Yeah.
not it's not legitimate at
They're
all.
not- yeah. So you find that some of these most ancient
They're priceless.
that left Egypt.
Yeah.
That's quite sad
And-
for a price.
For a ridiculous price.
So that's not okay. Well,
It's
anyway, there was a big politics, the Arab Spring and all that. I heard you were you took part of that.
Yeah, I participated in 2011.
A lot of youths did that, didn't they? It is-
Yeah. A lot has died.
in essence, what do you think that happened?
To those people?
No, like what was it like? I think Arab Spring was waiting to be happening. I mean, it started with a
Yeah,
fruit
okay.
seller in Tunisia and became the voice that changed the whole
Right.
North Africa.
Right, let me tell you something. Some of the American people, they claimed that we know the dates and the specific time when these revolutions are going to take place. I don't believe that. They are just smart people, and they can read the situation, and they are aware that the Egyptian people, they are living in a bad condition, that it's going to blow one day or another. And hope is contagious. So when the Tunisian people, they took the first step,
It's like a domino.
here exactly,
Yeah.
everyone is following. And all of
then
these countries,
Gaddafi and
that's right, all these countries, they are living in a miserable state.
Yes.
So it's easy to expect or anticipate that this is
Yes.
going to happen one day or another.
Yes, and sad is going from that to Egypt and all the way to Syria. I mean, look at Aleppo. Aleppo was
Yeah.
the end of the Silk Road, where
Oh.
the Chinese were around Aleppo, and the ancient town is bombarded. I mean, we
ISIS.
humans are you know,
It's so sad, guys.
it's sad.
It's
It's
really
sad.
sad.
It's sad. It's
Because
sad.
this country is pretty old,
Yeah.
Syria, and now it's doomed. Everything is
Exactly.
collapsed.
Yes.
People,
2,000-year history just gone.
a lot of struggles.
Struggles, and then we see some of the people in Malaysia, they're
A lot.
waitering.
Yeah.
So it's sad, and then we never learn this history. So sometimes I feel the virus is to cleanse us, you know, isn't it? It's like, isn't it, to change everything again?
That's right.
And because Earth has a way to change things, whether through earthquakes and all that. Sometimes it's like the karma, like a natural cleansing.
And it's natural selection.
And
That's right.
humans are just part of it, part of the...
Right, but we forgot because we've been living in cities.
Yes,
for
and
a
then
long
we
time.
think we rule the world,
We're
when actually we're
protected,
just
yeah.
one species. But
That's right.
according to nature, you know, even the human species will go one day, because likely the human will destroy each other.
Definitely. Man, like,
Maybe in the next maybe they say 500 years, the way we're going will destroy each other. So
Yeah,
I hope
we will.
not. I hope not.
We will.
Yes. Anyway.
he's optimistic. I'm super pessimistic.
Oh
so-
no. Any last words?
all good, I think. I mean, I just, I hope people try to read the history. That's all.
Yes.
And about the nowadays coronavirus, yeah, people they thought that the city will be protecting them, and they forgot about the natural selection. They forgot about
Exactly.
what the Minister of British people.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
he talked about something very, very nice, the herd immunity, that I'm not going to shut down any kind of activities,
Lockdown.
to lock down. All the departments will carry on working,
Exactly.
Nothing will be closed,
Yes.
and this is herd immunity, that let's leave the nature controls and decide who is able and who is capable to
The
carry
natural
on.
selection.
Yeah, and
It's
and
quite
who
interesting
cannot.
comment. And I think it's very.
It's really
I even put a prediction that some religious followers think that God will protect them, so they
Yeah.
will gather in groups of thousands, and
right.
you know, virus do not understand, do not differentiate anybody. So it's insidious to play with that. So just be safe and don't be silly and all that. Thank you,
That's right.
Salah.
Take it serious. Thank you, Robert. It's
no
all-
touch.
No touch. I was about to shake hands.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know. But this is the new era. By the way, COVID-19 will definitely change the way we work, travel, and think. And so this is now and future. So just stay safe. Thank you, Salah,
Thank you.
for
Stay
wonderful insight
Thanks for
and a
hosting
good
me,
chat.
man, and giving me the
All
chance.
links are there.